What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Whatever platform you're listening to this on, I'd appreciate if you would hit that subscribe button. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button while you're at it. It's like walking into the room and hitting that light switch. Let's just go ahead and brighten up the place. And let's get into this conversation. I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I actually saw this discussion on a blog that I visit from time to time on sandrarose.com. And it's about the singer, now actress, and I don't even say now actress because apparently she's done some acting before, Chloe Bailey. She's of the duo group with her sister, Halle Bailey, and they both have been acting because they both have been on the show Grownish, which I believe comes on Freeform Network, which is a spinoff of the show Blackish. I never really watched Blackish that much. I've seen a few episodes here and there from time to time as I've traveled and, just wanted to see something on the plane. But I've never watched Grownish, and it is what it is. But we know that Halle Bailey, she's starring in I guess we would call the unanimated version of The Little Mermaid. I never watched those Disney movies because, one, I never had any little girls. I've only had a son in my lifetime, and my son wasn't into those movies, so we never watched them, okay? And I wasn't interested in them, so I've never seen The Little Mermaid, even as a little girl, because I was just never into Disney stuff. So, just saying. So, some may say, you've never seen The Little Mermaid? No, I've never seen The Little Mermaid, and I have no desire to see it. So I'm not going to see the unanimated version because I'm not interested. But I'm aware that the animated version is a Caucasian mermaid with red hair. So there was uproar about a African American playing that role by a lot of people that either are just into tradition or, let's just be blunt, they're racist and they don't want to see, an African American playing that role. But I digress. Chloe Bailey has been extremely controversial. I don't follow any of these people on social media, guys. I've talked about Chloe Bailey in a few conversations here and there because there's some things that I saw on blogs because, like I said, I don't follow them on social media, where she's just overexposed. It just seems like it's a bit much. It's a bit desperate. And I'm, in my opinion, call me a prude or whatever you want, but I'm just really over people using sex. I won't even say I care that much about people who are wearing things that are revealing. Some things are different than others. I mean, we know what Sierra wore to the Oscars Vanity Fair party. That is, on a whole other level. But she does a lot of times things for attention. I feel it's not about being sexy or whatever. And you can be proud of your body or like your body and think you're beautiful or sexy or pretty or cute or whatever. And you don't have to be showing your ass to everybody all the time. Literally. Okay. But now she's literally doing that on this new, I guess you would call it movie that is on Amazon Prime that I'm not interested in and I'm not going to watch. It's called Swarm. And from the blog, people are talking about it because they're saying that they really didn't expect to see a really pretty much graphic sex scene in the beginning of the show. And Chloe Bailey was the one that was just getting literally smashed from behind by the actor Damson Idris, who plays on the show Snowfall. I don't watch that either. My husband watches Snowfall. I'm not into it. But again, that's what people were subjected to immediately. And here's the thing that I wanted to discuss in this conversation, because I believe they have the same managers. Even if they don't, who cares? Halle Bailey is playing The Little Mermaid. I don't know their ages, but I'm sure that they both are in their 20s. Weird. Why is it that you have the one sister playing something that is so innocent? Like, I don't know how much more innocent you can get, playing The Little Mermaid. And then the other sister is in a pretty much graphic sex scene. And I don't care what anyone says. I do not believe that it isn't real. And here's why. And I didn't watch it, but I've seen people talking about it in the comments of this blog who did see it. Because I'm just not interested in seeing it. Honestly, I'm just not. But she apparently said it was a closed set. She was so nervous. And the guy was, that she was in the sex scene with was so, helpful and helped her to get through it and all of this other stuff. And it was a closed set. It was only the cameraman and the director. I believe that it was not faked. Because it wasn't the sex scene, because they showed still shots of it, and that's the reason why I know. And this is why I'm speaking about it. Because if you consider how sex scenes used to be in movies, it was simulated. Things were under the sheets. You couldn't really see the body parts unless you were watching like a pornographic movie. You don't usually see that much like that. And the still shots that they showed on this blog of what she subjected herself to, because I'm just going to be putting it bluntly like that, she subjected herself to that. What really is the point of having a closed set if you're not really doing anything? And we know that Halle Berry, the actress, real actress, longtime veteran actress, A-list actress, she did a very graphic sex scene with Billy Bob Thornton in the movie Monsters Ball, and she won an Oscar for that role. Where else, if that is Chloe Bailey's goal to really become this actress that's always playing in movies and things like that, where else can she go after doing something like this so early on? Because she's not going to win an Oscar for this. She's not going to win an Oscar for this. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know what she is really trying to prove, but to me, in my honesty, just being transparent, I really feel that she, say what you want, say she's being free, say she's being young, say she's just doing whatever she wants to do, but I feel that she really does need some therapy, because I believe that there's something troubled about her. And this weird world of Hollywood and being in the music industry, it's very dark. I don't care what anyone says. It's very dark. It's very demonic. She definitely wants to be seen as sexy, a sex symbol. She wants to be sexual. She's fallen to that. She's fallen into that trap that a lot of them fall into. But because she is not Miley Cyrus, who one is a Caucasian young lady who also had famous parents in the industry, her dad is Billy Ray Cyrus, she doesn't have the same types of protection. I don't know where her parents are. I get it, she's not a minor anymore, so they don't really have any say-so over her life. But where are the people that she should really have close to her to help guide her and direct her and say, you know what, maybe that's not a good idea. I know that they offer you this role. Maybe you can negotiate to do something different versus doing that. Because to me, I just feel that that is just extremely just classless, just raunchy, just straight out the gate. You're doing that. And then you've got your sister on the other hand, who is playing something so innocent and ethereal like The Little Mermaid. I'm sure Chloe doesn't want to be seen in that type of light as the Little Mermaid type or Disney, but there could have been something different that she could have done to look more mature versus being bent over and getting smashed from behind. Like there's no talent that is involved in doing that. Anybody could do that, honestly. If they wanted to, anybody really could have done that. But for her to have a beautiful voice, to be talented. It doesn't seem like her music is really getting to be where people, I guess, would expect it to be, because she has Beyonce as her mentor and she and her sister are signed to Beyonce's music label. I just wanted to see what you guys think about it, because honestly, from the comments, I didn't see anybody that said she is just being young and free. Let that girl live. If she wants to be sexy and do her thing, then do it. Or any types of comments like that. I'm going to read some of the comments. One person says, Chloe does that coy and shy routine so badly. Damson putting himself out like that just made me not see him in a respectful light. Another one says, both Chloe and Damson come off as desperate for approval. Someone else says, to that comment, I agree. Someone else says, the scene wasn't necessary. Chloe and Damson could have been fully clothed, hugged up, and kissing, and the point would have been made about this character's jealousy of whatever the other person in the shows, the movie's intimacy. Someone else says, this is true for all films. We get the point. If they kissed and shut the door behind themselves, kissed and began to unbutton clothing, lay covered in bed together, we get it. They had sex. There you go. That's like what I was saying previously. There are different things that you could do to get to the point, but doing that, in my opinion, is just a freaking pornography scene. Someone else says, I remember when I was 18, a bunch of my friends were going to be on a billboard advertising a popular beer in my country. I was asked to come along, and my mom said, heck no. She's a Puritan type, and also my dad had been an alcoholic and was about 5 years clean at the time. He remained clean and died clean decades later. Anywho, there is a certain mindset that comes once you are Hollywood and have tasted Hollywood money. Parents are a bit more relaxed on some things. What I don't get is, if Denzel Washington made it a point to refuse all-out sex scenes and is still wildly successful in Hollywood, how come women, especially young women, can't make that decision? Although Tamara and Tia and also the likes of Keisha Knight Pulliam would never. And then someone replied to that and said, great points. And besides the type of skanky sex scene that she did, and it's the fact that she's not even starring. How are you going to do a raunchy skank sex scene and you're not even the main character? You have a little name to you, right? These managers don't know what they're doing with black women into entertainment. Your artist is getting used as clickbait. But, you know, some people say that they have rituals in Hollywood and they will make you go as far as they want you to go to see if you're willing to do whatever it takes to get to the level that you're desiring to go. And hey, it could be one of those humiliation rituals that they talk about. I don't know. But it's disturbing, to say the least, in my opinion. I don't care. I would rather be called a prude. I'm sorry. I would rather be called a prude than free, if that's what being free means. I believe I'm more free than someone like that. Yeah, you know, you may be getting that money. You may be getting that recognition. I won't say accolades. You may be getting that recognition. You may be getting the followers and whatever. But there is an old saying when I was a young girl, and I may be aging myself by saying this, but whatever, because to be honest with you, I would rather be a Gen Xer, which is what I am, than whatever these people are now. I don't even know what you call them. They're not millennials. I know that was the thing to call people all the time, but they're not millennials. I don't know if they're Gen Z or Gen A, because I guess it recycles at some point. I don't know. But I would rather be called a prude, because there's an old saying when I was a young girl, what type of attention do you think you're going to get by looking a certain type of way? And with this, I mean, you're you're butt naked with your bent over and you're getting smashed from behind. Like what what could anyone really say to that, to say that there's any talent involved there at all? At all. That only looks good to perverted people or people who are just hard up or just love looking at other people having sex. Hey, if that's what you like to do, then whatever. Or to porn directors and people who are in that industry, because that's all it's about. I agree with one of the commenters that said that the point could have been made if they were just kissing passionately and maybe unbuttoning each other's clothes and closing the door behind them, and then they were just laid up under the sheets. But doing that, like, there's no imagination with things these days like it used to be. Like, even with the music, everything is just straight to the point now. Back in the day, with the music that they used to make back in the day, you had to have imagination, because even some songs, when you were a child, you didn't know what they were talking about until you got older. And then you're like, oh my God, that's what he was talking about. And I liked that. I prefer that versus just straight and to the point, let's F, get on your knees or whatever. I mean, I don't know, but people are just different these days, and it is what it is. But guys, I really just wanted to talk about that and let me know what you think about it. I'm not invested in it that much, but I just wanted to have a discussion about it because I read this blog about it and I enjoyed the discussion that they were having in the comments section. So I just wanted to share my thoughts, share it with you guys. You let me know what you think about it in the comments section. Do you think Chloe is just doing the complete opposite of what her sister is doing in acting because she really wants to be seen as just the complete opposite, or she's really trying to obtain some higher stance in Hollywood and she thinks that's what she has to do in order to get there? So guys, this is Beth and I'm just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I just wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.